Welcome back, fellow kids. You're looking well, and I hope the times are treating you accordingly. Last video, I covered the first tier in this lovely Nightmare on Elm Street iceberg, and in this video, I'll be covering tier 2. If you haven't watched the last video, it's up on the channel right now. Go ahead and watch that. But without further ado, here it is, tier 2, the Nightmare on Elm Street iceberg. Freddy's Nightmare. Freddy's Nightmare was a spin-off TV series of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise that ran from 1988 to 1990 and had 44 total episodes. It was a mini anthology series that followed Freddy's occasionally goofy antics and terrorizing the teens of Springwood as usual. Freddy's played by Robert Englund in the series, so if you love his portrayal of the character, this is really just more Freddy content from him. He's not in every episode or anything, but he is in it frequently. The series is actually available to watch now on Tubi. I've been watching a few episodes here and there for the past couple weeks, and I think they're pretty funny if you love Robert Englund's campiness, especially in like the last few movies of the series, 5 and 6 especially. I highly recommend these. NES game. A Nightmare on Elm Street was the title of a video game for the NES released in 1989. The game follows a teenager collecting the bones of Freddy Krueger so that they can be destroyed. This plays kind of like a side-scroller beat-em-up. I've never actually played anything from the NES, but the retro aesthetic is really appealing. It looks a lot like the Friday the 13th NES game. If you've ever seen how that plays, it's pretty similar. Let me know if you've ever played this. It looks really cool, really fun. The Goldbergs. Robert Englund makes a guest appearance in the ABC sitcom The Goldbergs in an episode titled Mr. Knifey Hand. This was the Halloween episode of the series in which Freddy Krueger appears in the dreams of one of the main characters named Beverly. This is actually Robert Englund's first time playing Freddy in full makeup and costume since Freddy vs. Jason in 2003. Scary Terry. Scary Terry is a Freddy Krueger parody character from the show Rick and Morty. He appears in the episode titled Lawnmower Dog and shares some physical characteristics to him, like wearing a fedora, a striped sweater, and glove with sharp fingers, only his are little swords instead of knives. Terry is portrayed as misunderstood and insecure about his scaring abilities. He also has a ball sack hanging on his chin, so that's fun, but really he's a family man. Mortal Kombat 9 DLC. Freddy Krueger appeared as a playable character in the fighting game Mortal Kombat 9 as a part of a DLC. The character model looks to be based off of Jackie Earle Haley's portrayal of Freddy, not so much Robert Englund's. The only time I remember playing this Mortal Kombat is at a friend's house a couple times when I was like 11. But I do remember watching my brother play it and being really excited to see horror characters in video games for the first time. Dead by Daylight. Freddy Krueger appeared in the horror game Dead by Daylight thanks to a DLC that allowed players to play as Freddy the Killer, as well as introduced Quentin Smith as a playable survivor and Badham Preschool as a new playable map. This game also uses the Jackie Earle Haley model for this Freddy. If you've never played this game and are a horror fan, I'd highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite games that I've been playing on and off for about 5 years now. And there are several other popular horror characters to play as, like Michael Myers, Leatherface, Nemesis from Resident Evil, just to name a few. So if you're into other games like that, other horror movies, I'd recommend playing. I play on PlayStation 4. Dokken song. Glam metal band Dokken wrote a song called Dream Warriors for the third Nightmare on Elm Street movie of the same name. I obviously can't play it here, but if you've seen the movie, you've heard it, and if you haven't, I recommend watching the movie and giving the song a listen, because it's for sure a pop. Also, side note, it's not on this iceberg, but the band Misfits has a song called Nightmare on Elm Street that I very, very much recommend. I know I'm giving a lot of recommendations, but if you're into punk music, I promise you won't be disappointed. Never Sleep Again documentary. Never Sleep Again, The Elm Street Legacy is a 2010 documentary detailing the filming and creation of the original Nightmare franchise, as well as the rise of the production studio. Many actors and crew members of the films chronicle the movies, as well as sharing behind-the-scenes secrets and details in making the movies. Ready Player One. This refers to Freddy Krueger making an appearance in the 2018 film Ready Player One. He is animated in this film and is not depicted by either Robert Englund or Jackie Earle Haley. The animators did, however, give him a double knife glove, and he only appears in the movie adaptation of Ready Player One. He is not mentioned at all in the novels. Wow, what a rush. That was the end of Tier 2 of the Nightmare on Elm Street iceberg. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with Tier 3 of the Berg soon, Subscribe to my channel if you want, and until next time, be good kids. I'll see you later, and goodbye.